Hi, my name is Alice Lee, and I have the pleasure of introducing Ellis Rougeou. Now, if some of you were not paying attention, you may have thought we shared the same name. Despite E-L-L-I-S and A-L-I-C-E being spelled completely differently, if pronounced poorly, you would think it is the same name, which both Ellis and I have become accustomed to in our many shared classes. And even though we have a deep rivalry over who gets the engineering chair, we have managed to maintain our wonderful friendship. She's insanely smart, a chemistry queen, and still brilliant in AP Physics, even if she says it's been humbling. Yes, she has an A, an amazing Bella Vista editor, and one of the kindest, funniest friends. So without further ado, I give you Elizabeth Ione Rougeou.
As kids, we learned science, reading, history, and math separately. As we got older, the division between subjects was marked by individual teachers, classrooms, and binders. We were taught the difference between writing a scientific research paper and an argumentative essay. But at some point, as we transitioned from English into literature of the fantastic and from math into pre-calculus BC, the strict distinctions between those subjects, those intangible qualities that made history orange and science green, all started to blend together. For me, this happened junior year. I took AP Chemistry, which obviously dictated the rest of my schedule, so I decided to take Miss Ray's poetry class, assuming shorter readings meant the class would be easier. I mean, how complicated could a piece of writing with only 8 lines be, right? Wrong. The fact that they were so short was actually what made them so difficult. A single word could tell a chapter's worth of the story. Miss Ray taught us that every choice the poet made, each letter, space, and punctuation mark carried a distinct meaning. For example, a dash and a comma both denote a pause, but in completely different ways. This was hard for me to grasp at first, but I found it was easier when I approached it with a mathematical lens. There was something formulaic about explicating a poem, analyzing its title, structure, sound, and sense, and adding each choice together to equal a whole story. By the end of the semester, instead of feeling daunted by a poem, I was actually excited to decipher them like riddles someone had handcrafted. I found I had developed such an appreciation for poetry because it seemed to me that mathematicians merely discovered algorithms while poets invented their own. So, in my mind, the delicate beauty of literature meshed with the analytical certainty of mathematics. I also had a very specific set of expectations for AP Chem. I anticipated mountains of homework every night. I thought I would have to memorize the periodic table, and I envisioned saying a tearful goodbye to my social life. However, I never expected I would learn about the beauty of the universe. Ms. Dunlap tells all of her sophomores that chemistry is foundational. It explains many of the things we see and experience every day, but never really think about. As juniors, we zoomed in further on all of the processes, structures, and phenomena we learned about the previous year. I found that the more in-depth we went, the more alike everything became. Generally, the smallest unit of matter is the atom, a real, scientific, physical thing, and yet also just a concept. Atoms formed this podium, and your pews, and me, and you. And as my wise friend, Anna Smith, observed in our Meaning of Life class last semester, those tiny structures start to mirror the very depths of our universe. Yes, every person is different, but we're all people. We're all living on this one planet, in this one galaxy, in this particular universe, full of an uncountable number of atoms. With this realization, in my mind, the physical nature of chemistry meshed with the abstract nature of philosophy. Sure, the direct applications of poetry and chemistry couldn't be more different, but they, along with virtually every other subject, are all combinations of philosophy, art, and analysis. They all demand complex thinking, they all invite curiosity and conversation, and most importantly, they are all linked. Everything you learn is connected in a vast web of knowledge. Take advantage of that, because at the end of the day, we aren't just here to learn algebra. We're here to learn how to weave those connections. We're here to become better thinkers, learners, and most of all, people. Thank you.